There are too many soapy rumours out there in the world explaining why Riker has a beard for Series 2 of The Next Generation. I'm going to put those rumours to bed and give you the real reasons that Riker actually now has a beard from Star Trek Next Generation Series 2. Here's why.
Without communication, we should beam up immediately.
We're here? There's no danger?
In 1987, after Season 1 was filmed, actor Jonathan Frakes was hired as a spokesman for a medical prosthetics company. He would model items from orthopedic shoes to attractive wigs. During one particular convention, Frakes was modeling facial hair. He was trying on a special apparatus for his face for the company when he caught sight of his reflection while urinating. He possibly said in an interview that as soon as he caught sight of himself in a mirror wearing this false beard, he was immediately attracted to himself. He knew that this was the next look that he would try. As soon as he got home that day, he began working hard on growing a beard of his own. It worked out a success, and only 9 weeks later, Season 2 began filming, and he appeared on set with his now famous chin beard. If you look at William Riker, you'll notice that there's a startling difference between his appearance here and in the final episode of Season 1, The Neutral Zone. Just after Season 1 had aired, a man who had more than a passing resemblance to Riker was seen holding up a mini-mart in Rhode Island. The security camera footage was on the national news, and so to distance himself from the similar-looking depraved criminal, supposedly the Riker actor decided to grow a beard to give himself more of a unique look.
I'd be a fool to turn that promotion down, wouldn't I? I don't know. And if you're asking me what I think...
Now, prior to the filming of Season 2, Jonathan Frakes reportedly suffered an awful accident. On his way home from McDonald's, he collided with a trash collection cart and shattered his hand to bits. Part of his rehabilitation unfortunately infringed with his time of filming early scenes for Season 2, but luckily Paramount had a great stuntman for Riker, who they'd used for several times during Series 1 as a stand-in, and he was willing to fill in a little more for Riker, but the problem facing the studio was that the stuntman had grown a facial beard on his face, and he staunchly refused to get rid of it. The only solution to this problem was that Frakes had to immediately stop shaving and grow a beard as soon as he could, to match that of the stuntman. Outside of filming Star Trek, Picard and Riker actors had become firm friends and joined each other in certain activities together. One which they never missed was swimming on a Saturday afternoon. Patrick Stewart had been a swimming champion at his college in England back in the 1960s, but in 1988 he found that Jonathan Frakes was beating him in nearly every facet of swimming. The Picard actor possibly commented to Frakes that Frakes was only better than him at swimming because he had his hair to keep him buoyant, whilst Patrick Stewart was becoming more and more bald, like a famous egg. Gene Roddenberry allegedly tells the story of how, in a bid to become even better at swimming than Picard, Frakes had the brainwave that if he was to have even more hair, he would be even more buoyant, and therefore even more of a capable swimmer. So Frakes asked Roddenberry's permission if he could grow a beard after Season 1 had finished.
Up to the sky every morning. Think on your goal.
At the end of Season 1, actress Gates McSomething was thrown out of the studio, and Wesley Crusher had to become an orphan for the second season. One plan that they had in place was for Commander Riker to become more of a fatherly figure to Wesley. So to give him more of a mature fatherly look, William Frakes decided to grow a beard as hard as he could. He would concentrate for several minutes each day, trying to grow the beard as fast as he could, in time for Season 2 and the fatherly commencement of his character to Wesley. Thankfully, the father figure storyline was dropped, but Rick Berman was so in love with the beard that he allegedly put it in Frakes' contract that he had to keep it forever. Sometimes the truth couldn't be further from the truth. During the winter of 1987, when Season 1 had wrapped filming, rumour has it that the Riker actor began to hang out at a biker's bar in a new neighbourhood that he'd moved to with the proceeds of his small Star Trek acting fortune. His new house was nice, but the local bar was filled to the brim with rough bikers who laughed at him and called him silly babyface and TV scum. In a bid to fit in with these roughnecks and hooligans, Frakes decided to grow a beard rather than to stop going to his local bar. Over the wintertime, his beard grew successfully, and he was welcomed into the fold as one of the boys. As Star Trek The Next Generation Season 2 began, Frakes turned up to work, stinking of the devil's brew, but sporting the beard that Rick Berman would fondly latch onto. Rick even possibly warned Frakes that if he ever got rid of it, he would lose his damn job. Between the end of filming Season 1 and the beginning of Season 2, actor Jonathan Frakes was filming in the harsh desert landscape of the Middle East, making a straight-to-TV action movie, perhaps with Steven Seagal and that bloke from Karate Kid. During the filming, he realised that he would need protection from the billowing sand blowing against his soft face, which stung like hell. He was advised by his Middle East advisor, Alfonso Charge, to grow a beard, like the locals do, which would protect his delicate lower face from the stinging pain of the sand. Where Jonathan Frakes lives is where people would describe it as being the wrong side of the tracks. Supposedly, he rented an apartment in the soapy neighbourhood of Hollington near Hollywood, where the crime was high, disease was rampant, and starvation was a possibility to anyone, no matter how much food they could afford. It was just that bad. Frakes' cousin, Michael Dorn, had warned him against moving to the area, but he'd shrugged it off as an overblown nonsense. Not long after moving into the apartment there, he reportedly contracted facial glug spaps, which severely discoloured his face in all the wrong places. Caused by malnutrition and bad air quality, the disorder wasn't going away anytime soon, so Rick Berman warned the Riker actor that unless he comes to the studio with the facial blemishes hidden, he wouldn't have a job to come back to at all. The only option open to the actor was to wear a bandana permanently across his face, or failing that, grow a beard to conceal the marks. That's why, if you have eagle eyes and can be bothered to compare Riker in Season 1 to Season 2, you'll notice that he has a beard in one of the seasons and not in the other. Now, the Riker actor had always been a fan of Robin Hood and saw himself as quite the Robin Hood himself. As soon as the first season had finished filming, the Robin Hood aficionado spent all of his time watching his favourite 1950s renditions of the character and decided to grow a big boy beard like his favourite character, Robin Hood. Before the filming resumed for the soapy second season, he was visited by Gene Roddenberry, who dropped by to share some birthday pancakes. Gene rasped in delight when he saw Frakes and said, "That's it! That's the look we need to make Riker interesting at last," he rasped. From that moment, Frakes and Roddenberry would become lifelong friends, bonded over the new manly face piece. During Season 1, he had a fresh young man's face, a face that hadn't seen many of life's ups and downs and was still new to this world. But his more mature, hairy look in Season 2 showed a real maturing of his way of life on board the Enterprise and showed glimpses of his follicled future. Jonathan Frakes would ask Gene Roddenberry if he should make a further change to his face for the upcoming production of Season 3. He suggested to Gene that maybe he should shave off his moustache but keep the beard, to have more of an Amish look. But Gene allegedly told him no, and that look should be reserved for the more distinguished people of history, like Abraham Lincoln. Gene suggested that he thinks of Riker of more of a Mr. T than an Abraham Lincoln, so told him he should keep the whole beard just the way it is.
Thank you ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch. Now, it's a good video.